Boo! But hello everyone. Sorry for the slight lateness. I was watching a video on the Los Pincos airport. Oh no, why did the caption say Los Baños? No, the Los Pincos airport. The international one, the big one. Hello. I finished the video just now, but I was just so enthralled. I was like, how can we fix that godforsaken airport? But hello everyone, let's go ahead and say our hellos, and then long time no see, am I right? It's only been like a little over 12 hours or something. See, we got Saribot, we got Matthew. Hello, hello, Pickles. Hello, Dia. Welcome, welcome. Get your stickers. Get your stickers, Alpaca. Hello. California is a big place. It's true. It's true. But our airport, Jesus Christ. That one, actually, like, I shouldn't be one to talk because I'm always either Ubering there or someone is like driving me there, but like, man, the traffic in there, it's like, you don't realize how bad it is until you see other airports. Hello, folk. Hello. Welcome, welcome. Alright, let's get to class, shall we? Let's get to class. Oh, that's right. my tracking, I keep forgetting. Give me a hot second. Bro's talking like Jeff Goldblum this morning. Smooth AF. Thank you. There we go. We got our tracking. Oh no, I'm already seeing some stuttering. And I just got this. Are you enjoying VTube Studio? I mean, I would if it weren't for the stuttering. No, it's still stuttering. I wonder why. I don't know why. Should we switch? Is it a PNG day today, you think? It might be a PNG day. Let me just get my stuff ready. Wait, I'm gonna mute for a second. Oh my god, there's an intruder cat in my room. There's an intruder. It's not Gino and it's not Schnackery. It's an intruder. You didn't see any stutters? I saw it. We had the same problem last night too. Give me a second. I'm thinking near me. There we go. The cat distribution system. So yeah, Beans' grandma brought her cat over and now it's like exploring. It keeps glaring at me. I'm scared. It's gonna attack me. What if it attacks me? Let me make myself a little bit bigger. There you go. PNG Binka. PNGinka. She's back. Where's the other? Okay, there it is. Okay, it ran out. It ran out. It's funny because it's another black cat, so it looks just like Schnackery, but you can tell because like the way that they run, the way that they like toddle off is very different. You know, Schnackery is very tall, like he walks very tall. You know, like a proper cat. You know. Actually, I put on some music. There we go. The cat distribution system. The ethics of a bear with pet cats. Chuck a slice of American cheese at it. I don't know if they... Can cats have cheese? Especially American cheese? Which is like 90% plastic and delicious. Very melty, you know? But yeah, the way that the... Let's see if I can draw it. Can I draw the way that the two cats slink away? They're Schnackery. You know? He just like... He's nice and tall. Okay, his neck isn't that long, but like, you get what I mean. Like, he just, you know, he is upright like a proper cat, right? And then the other cat, Beans' grandma's cat, he like slinks away like this. Like his feet, his little feetsies. He's always like very low to the ground, and he's not like a short-legged cat or anything like that. He's exactly like Schnackery, but a little bit different. But he's just so much lower to the ground. Isn't cheese just milk in a different form? The thing is, I think cats aren't actually supposed to be drinking like cow's milk either. Like, I know it's like a huge, you know, whenever you see cats on the telly, you know, cats that are long, they're both long. It's just that one of them, like, literally slinks away. Like, his legs are just, like, he's just always, my drawing does a bad job of showing that, like, his legs are bent. His legs are bent, but like I'm not doing a good job of showing it. But he's just like he's always so low to the ground. Cat with slice of cheese on its face. No, but yeah, I heard that cats actually aren't supposed to be drinking cow's milk. They're supposed to be drinking like their mama's milk, definitely, but not like cow's milk. It's just one of those like misconceptions that got popularized via, you know, cartoons, Looney Tunes, all that kind of stuff. I actually found out something similar with certain things that were popularized by like Bugs Bunny, like or was it Daffy Duck? This name Nimrod. The media lied to us. How could it? I trusted it so much. So this name right here, Nimrod. Nowadays, Tom and Jerry lied to us. How could they? I trusted these cartoon cats and mice. How could they? But yeah, like a good example is like Nimrod, which like apparently is a biblical like hunter. Like he was a good hunter, and then in one of the cartoons, either Bugs or Daffy Duck, he's talking to Elmer Fudd, and they're like, "Ah, check out Nimrod over here," like very sarcastic, right? But kids back then didn't know the reference, so they assumed that Nimrod was just a word for like a bad hunter and or an idiot, and that has become like, you know, like I don't know if it's still as popular of an idea, but at least when I was growing up, I thought that's what Nimrod was. Like I associated it with like someone who's like dumb or like inept, you know. But then I found out later I had a friend who speaks Hebrew, and she's like, "Oh yeah, like Nimrod is a name actually." And it was actually like a name for like a great hunter. So yeah, the bunnies like carrots. Yeah, exactly that too. That rabbits like carrots. Apparently you're not supposed to. It's more of like a treat for them. You're not supposed to be giving them carrots. They eat. Actually, I don't know what they eat. I actually have had bunnies in my when I was little, but to be honest, my mom like took care of them. I just remember like wanting a bunny and like demanding a bunny, and you know, it's one of those like kids first pets, but they really shouldn't be because they're actually like pretty high maintenance. But because they're so cute, right? Like kids ask for them all the time, not knowing like how much care goes into them. So I know my mom took care of them. I don't know what happened. They probably passed away because, you know, we didn't have the internet back then. So I don't know how my mom, you know, looked into how to care for them. But she probably hid it from me because you never want to be told as a child that your pet has passed, right? Or even as an adult, really. If Nimrod was a mythical hunter and his power derived from cultural perception, he took a massive nerf. Yeah, his Fate Go, you know, version is probably really weak, and he's probably real mad about it, right? Lettuce for sure. Yeah, I think I've seen them eat lettuce, yeah. Imagine your servants getting nerf bad because of the skibidi toilet. Yeah, or like, I wonder if there's like the reverse, where it was someone who like wasn't that big of a deal, but like, well, of course that's probably happened, but like was like mythologized and to seem stronger than they really were. I think I've gone over this before, but when I was in college, one of my favorite historical figures was Napoleon. So I used to know everything about him. Mustard! I used to know a lot about Napoleon, like every single one of his battles. I still know like quite a bit, you know, like his whole like journey, right? And then like his eventual exile twice, mind you. I know the name of his horse. It's Marengo. But the reason why I mention him is because he did a campaign in Egypt, and he lost terribly in that campaign. Like he lost real bad. However, they didn't, you know, like in terms of like spreading the word, spreading the news, he arrived in France first before all of the news like arrived. So because he arrived first, he was able to be like, "Oh yeah, I totally won that battle. I totally beat them, and I'm so great." Blah blah blah. And it wasn't until later that people were like, "No, he lost that one. He lost it like pretty bad, actually." So it's one of those like, you know, if you study history, there's always that saying of like history is written by the winners, or at least the people who remain, right? So that's quite a literal like way to see it, is like this guy beat the coverage to France, and he was like, "Yeah, I won." Seishun, hello, welcome. But anyway, today I didn't even do my intro. Hello everyone, hello, it's me, Bobinka Bear, your local sun bear, an art history teacher, and educational streamer. And today we're returning to our Japanese studies. We're so back, especially because last week we were still busy with the wood panel stuff. Yeah, he won the race to establish the narrator. Exactly, exactly. See, so that's your hack right there. Is you gotta be you gotta be quicker than the press. You gotta be quicker than the news, because the news contrives to frighten you, or however that song goes. But yeah, so we're gonna be studying Japanese today. I actually did a couple of like studies off stream. It's funny, I went to um the college that Beans is going to. I used to go there too. So when he went to his classes, I went along with him, and I decided to just like do a bit of cheeky studying back in my old stomping grounds. You know, I went to my usual spot, went to go study, and it felt nice. The only thing is that like I don't know, it's like now that I look at these college students, and they all look so like they look like kids, you know. It's like youngins. You youngins with your college classes. It's part of getting old, I suppose. But yeah, it was part of like I like being there again. I like being in the space, but like looking around, it's like yeah, it's no one I know would still be here. I think maybe I do know some like of the younger folks in the Filipino org, but like there's this thing I saw on Twitter one time. It was like it's one of those like vaporwave-esque nostalgia-esque posts where the tweet was just, you can easily go back to the past. The only thing is that no one's there anymore. And it's like, oh man. that kind of hits, you know, because I have friends who like are in another Hux, hello, welcome. Yeah, I'll catch up on chat in a little bit. I'm just talking about like being nostalgic for the old days, specifically like college days, but then like this idea of like you can easily go to the past, but no one's there anymore. Because I talked about this with a couple of my friends from another Filipino org, how they said they kind of miss the space. They miss being in a Filipino org, in a Filipino college org. And technically, you could go back to that org. It's just that the people there are not the people that you knew. They're new people, and the people that you knew have moved on to other things, you know? So, yeah, it is what it is. That's just how it be, you know? But the nostalgia's there. But all that to say is that I went back to my old college stomping grounds. I did a little bit of cheeky studying off stream. So, we'll do a little bit of review for that. But let's go ahead and catch up. Let's catch up on chat. Why I insisted Hux establish his art tag before someone else made it. Hux Devour! How was stream last night? It went well. If you want to see, let me actually... I do have to hide my iPad while I change scenes, because there's some secret stuff in there. Give me a second. We did some bear drawings, and I actually really like the Pomodoro method for art as well. It really let me just like, you know, lock in, as the kids say. I'll show you the sketches, and I'll show you my random drawing. There you go. We did these bears. We drew these cute little bears. We tried to do every single type of bear. Here's a brown bear with a little wizard hat, you know, a la folk. We have a spectacle bear with the big teary eyes. We got a moon bear who's looking at you very thoughtfully, you know. We have a black bear thinking about cheeseburgers. Yummy, yummy. We have a polar bear getting a little bit of a snack. Yummy, yum, yum snack. Panda bear also getting a snack, you know, just being like, wow. An angry sloth bear who might or might not be balding. And then finally, the trusty sun bear, the lovely little sun bear. You know, getting themselves a nice little snack as well. So yeah, and then tapos, we also drew Landon Bear. As you can see, I added a couple of details after stream. So yeah, you guys like it? He's just so green. This one, he's just so green. Yeah, that's what we did last night, and now we're gonna be doing Pomodoro again, but this time with studying. I heard youngins is Funyuns. Looking around at all these Funyuns at college, just getting themselves a crunchy edumacation. Why am I being eaten? Yeah, don't eat Hugs. Not during school hours. Not during school hours. We're supposed to be learning. Not being eaten yet because you made your art tag, right? Oh, cool, you made your art tag. Let's go. I'm a Bearden truther. There we go. Sloth Bear looks like Heihachi. Oh my gosh, you're kind of right. He's gonna, it's the Pow Panda, right? Exactly. He's bald, and he's torturing people who have hair. I know, the poor Sloth Bear. The humble Sloth Bear. I passed out last night before Rand and Ursa. No, no worries, no worries. I did also do the Philippines mention emote, but I didn't necessarily complete it. I was still kind of unhappy with the composition, so I might work on that sometime off stream. Not during school hours. Yeah, not during school hours. We're here to learn. Speaking of bear art, you made some pretty dope bear. Yeah. I saw. I haven't been able to answer on the Discord recently, but I did see the cute bear miniatures. I made it many moons ago. Oh, your art tag? Nice. I only woke up at like 4 a.m. and George's stream just ended. Who farted? Oh no! What a tag! It's not. That's so funny that who farted. What was it with Morph, right? Morph's art tag. There were like two options and they were both pretty sussy, right? Like there's more fart. I forgot the other one. Huxin art. Oh, that's cute. I love that. They hate me. I love you. I think you're quite cool, Hux. Alright, let me hide my iPad so that we can go back to our Japanese study. Yeah, we're doing another Pomodoro stream. I've actually been liking the formula a lot. Because then I get dedicated art time, I get dedicated yap time. It's a win-win. Morph. She loves me? Yeah, I do. I think you guys are pretty cool. Find a grand that Nimi embraced non-stop Nimi nightmare. Yeah, I love it. I miss her too. It's hard being both a Napling and a Randonite right now. Because both of the Oshis are, they're resting. They're resting from just a lot of stuff, so. But you know me. I'm thinking Nimi, ooh wee you. I'm thinking Nimi, ooh wee you. Yeah! Only Fonz died for NNN to live. We're clingy Wandonites. I also miss him. I'm not like, nothing against the people who do say it, but like I never thought I'd also be one of those people that are like, I miss him. I miss hearing his dumb stupid voice. When he did the what's it called, collab with I was about to say Lando with Casper. With Casper. Both of their laughter is just so healing. It's like, aw, I miss these two idiots. I think of them like how I think of my two cats. I like calling them like my big fat idiots. My little cats. Beans doesn't like it when I call them that. Our cats being big fat idiots. They're just silly little guys. I like to do this thing with our cats where like I'll call them like big idiots, and then Beans will be like, they're not idiots, they're really smart. And then I'll like look at the cats and be like, what's the square root of 121? And then they'll look at me blankly and I'll be like, exactly. And then okay, let's just say they're not good at math. Let's just say that the cats aren't good at math. I told the cats, I asked them, give me at least one cause of World War One. They couldn't do it. They just couldn't do it. They couldn't even tell me about Franz Ferdinand. Poor guys. Those poor souls. They're just so dumb. I love Beans. But they could just keeping not being an idiot. Hello, Beans. But our cats are just kind of stupid. They're just a little bit stupid. Just a teensy bit. No. It's called character. It's called character. They're developing their character. They're really smart. Oh god. They have untextured brains. That's why I gotta scramble the brains. That's how they're gonna develop, like, texture. You guys understand, right? Like, you gotta give them the occasional brain scramble. They can it develops character, develops some texture, a little bit of wrinkle in there, right? My dog is intentionally stupid. Let me catch up on chat. Let me catch up. Lando, there is no Lando. Just like your cats. Cass and Randon are also spayed. Can you imagine? I've also been doing my best to keep the Randonite energy up by asking we create dumb adventures of what he's up to. I've been digging that. I have seen a couple of times where you've prompted folks, and I think I appreciate that. Thank you for your service, friend. Cats are meant to be cute and fat and silly. It's true, they are very silly. What's Randon doing today? Wrong answers only. He's let's see, what is Randon doing today? He is Balatroing, but IRL. Like, he got himself a playing card deck and a tarot deck, and for some reason a deck with planets on it. Or maybe it's just like printed out pictures of planets. And he's trying to, and he has like a calculator. He's playing Balatro, but like IRL, like analog Balatro. One of my cats is kind of smart. The other one's a little stupid, but at least she's cute. Just like my cats, too. At least they're cute. Male caught. I think my dog is intentionally stupid. They're just funny little guys, they are. Full of potential. The baby Carmi. My kitty can do high five. What? Your kitty can do high five? Dude, Beans does this funny thing where he like, when the cat... You know when you, like, pet a cat too much and they get a little overwhelmed and they start, like, swatting at you? They're just like, hey, stop that. Stop that. Beans will do this thing where he's, like, he like, puts his fist for, like, a fist bump and he's like, give me some bones, brother. And sometimes Schnackery does it. He does, in fact, give him some bones. We're pommeling our Doro today. Exactly. Vegan ice cream sandwiches. That sounds really good, actually. Beans and I are gonna go get some vegan food tomorrow. We're pretty excited. Underground club wagering. Cass's left foot in Vegas. That too. He's probably also doing that while he's also figuring out analog Balatro. She palmed my O to like Doro. Oh no! Not during class hours. Casper and Random playing Balatro IRL in Vegas. In vague ass. I said the thing. Casper Cattuccini. That's cute. Yeah, I think it's cute. give me some bones, brother. But Randon got isekai to wherever Professor Lando died and got sent to. Yeah, he's probably trying to rescue his friend so that they can meet each other, right? So Lando and Casper can meet each other. Meet. A little meteor. Alright, I should get started. It's been 30 minutes, you guys. You guys are just so good at getting me yapping. You caught me yapping again. R.I.P. Bozo, he's dead. I can't believe he's freaking dead. Is he gonna come out with another lecture soon? Or maybe he did and I just didn't notice, but man. Okay, let's get started with our studies. I have to review katakana today. Love to yap. I do like yapping. It is fun. And these like introductory like, you know, yapping sessions are pretty fun. Before I do get started though, I was thinking if I should still stream tonight because the original plan was for me to do my medieval art presentation yesterday night, right? But I wasn't able to finish it on time. So instead I did Pomodoro art last night. And then that was supposed to be tonight's stream, but I'm thinking maybe I just won't stream tonight and I'll just focus on finishing my lesson for you guys because I am excited to talk about medieval art with you guys. We're gonna grab some art from Pentiment, you know, or at least just one art form. And we get to talk about architecture, which I'm not an expert on. I'm actually learning a lot. I'm learning a lot because I didn't pay attention in college. Side note, my dumb good boy is now trimmed for warm weather. He looks like a lamb in dog's fur. That's so cute. I love when dogs and like, I guess like really fluffy cats just come from the groomers, from like the pet groomers, right? Because they just look so dapper, right? Beans' mom, or Beans' family used to have like a schnoodle. You guys know what a schnoodle is? It's a schnauzer poodle. It's really cute. And every time it came, the thing is like when its fur grows out, it looks more like a poodle, but when we take it to the groomers and whenever it would come back, it'd be like, ah, there's that schnauzer. there's the funny little, I don't know if I could draw it from memory, like the face, but it's like, you know, there's like the muzzle here, the floppy ears, big old doleful eyes. And it had like really like kind of curly fur, you know, like this. Like very, very curly. So it's half poodle, half schnauzer. Like this. But then when we took it to the groomers, it would look more like this. Like she has like a little mustache. And then you really see like the schnauzer pop out. Got some eyebrows too. She was really cute. I'm not a dog, a lamb in a sweater. Whenever I find a male goat in Project Zomboid, I name it Hux. Oh yeah, I think when we played, we're still in the process of playing Raft, but I think we have a goat, and I'm pretty sure we named it Hux. You know what? There are also or are there llamas too in Raft? I forgot if we had one and if we named it, but I think that was before, before alpaca, you know, before we met and stuff. But then would I just name the alpaca alpaca? Probably. Yeah, it's been a while since we played Raft though. I keep forgetting to ask Mega Bronson if he's when he's available. And then Beans is right next to me, so I could just ask when he's available, but or Raft. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We should play Raft soon. If you follow Zomboid chat in Rancord, you can see my many adventures of Hugs. Oh wait, that's so cute. I actually didn't realize there was a Zomboid chat in Rancord. Me on the telly? Yeah, if we play Raft again, or not if, when. It's a matter of when. And then me, Beans, and Mega Bronson have to decide what to play after. That's gonna be fun. Because we've only been playing Raft together, so there's a lot of possibilities. There's like Minecraft might be one of them. I haven't really been in a Minecraft mood lately, but after studying a little bit of architecture for the stream, I'm like, ooh, what if I made a makeshift Gothic church? Not, I don't know, something like very basic, not like not like when you see people do like actual builds of Gothic churches in Minecraft, where it's just like effervescent. It's like iridescent or whatever, like words, you know. It's just so amazing, and I'm just like, I have one block of gravel, and I did make a Gothic-esque cathedral. Oh no, I made a church. I made like a basic church in like Fallout 4. So yeah. Yesterday I learned that if I sing Beans Yo, my dog, he'll let me clean his feet. Oh, that's cute. Minecraft with this Binka. I'm shy. I'm so shy. I did end up doing an impromptu, not collab, but Sushi. Sushi was streaming yesterday, last night. She and Milky started like impromptu collabing with each other, and they were playing web fishing, and I was like, oh, what the heck, I'll go ahead and join. You know, my social battery isn't really like up there, but I wanted to at least like join and just like chat when I could. It was a lot of fun. So I might, you know, if people are doing like web fishing, I might drop in, but who knows. Hello, Apolin. Oh, streaming a lot lately? Yeah, it's to make up for the fact that I wasn't really streaming that much the week before because of all of the apartment construction, and I'm not really going to be streaming a lot next week either because it's both Beans' mom and my mom's birthdays. It's funny because like our parents have birthdays in close proximity to each other, so my mom's birthday is next week, and so is Beans' mom's birthday. They're not on the same day, but they're like pretty close to each other. And then his dad and my dad also have like similar birthdays. Not necessarily, I don't remember if it was the same week, but like, yeah, it was quite the coinky dink, especially considering that me and Beans, our birthdays are not close to each other that much. So, yeah, so I wanted to stream a lot this week to make up for the fact that I didn't stream that much last week, and I won't be streaming too much next week. I will try to do at least 3, but we'll see. Definitely Monday. Mondays are my usual, like, I'm not usually busy on Mondays. And then I'll try for Friday and Saturday morning. So at least 3 streams next week, and then we'll try to pick that back up afterwards. Oh my gosh, I think the cats are like having a bad time. I'm gonna mute for a second. I'll BRB. We just heard like a bunch of scratching sounds outside of the door, like pets running around like in a huff, you know? And I think it's because there's workers helping to build like furniture. So the cats are like, what the heck? What the heck? What the heck? So, yeah. They're in a panic right now, poor guys. They usually just hide behind the couch, so they might just do that. Hello, mate. I know the kitties. No, they're not getting sick. They're just like, what the heck? Who are these people? So yeah, with that, I think I should mute, and then we'll get started with studying for today. So, during these 35-minute Pomodoro sections, I will mute myself. I'll still be in chat, so I can still respond to you guys, but I will, for the most part, be locked in. During that time, feel free to, you know, dual wield me with another streamer, or if you want to click off and come back in 35 minutes, that's also fine. Or you could also take this time to focus on something that you're working on, like if you're also doing some kind of like art or study, or I remember last night Ghosty was like, I'm working on a book. So, you know, if you have something that you also want to focus on, feel free to focus with me. But yeah, that's what today is gonna be. Gonna go ahead and gonna review my katakana. You're gonna be able to see my progress, or maybe lack thereof, on screen. But don't mock me too much. I'm sorry, the cats. You gotta summon the cats first. You gotta summon them. We now have a redeem to summon the cats. Actually, how much is that redeem now that I think about it? Oh, that's right. I made it kind of expensive. I'll adjust that during the Pomodoro break. You got your sticker though. You got your. It is 3K. So you know what? I think I'll do that right now. Let me reduce the amount of points you gotta pay to summon the cats. Let's see. Viewer rewards, channel points. Let's make this how much? So to pet the cats, how much is it? 200? We'll make it 500. Let's make it 500 to summon them. You gotta summon the cats. Oh, you wanted to pet me. I keep forgetting to restore that I turned the pet Binka command into pet the cats. There you go. The cats are here. They're summoned. You can now pet the cats. And actually, because Huxy redeemed it once while they weren't there, let me go ahead and there you go. Pet the cats. Hehehe. Okay. One day I can pet Mr. Pancakes. It's true. You know what? That would be a cute redeem idea. Let me put that on the to-do list. Pet Pancakes. Okay. Mr. Pancakes emote went. Oh, that's a good idea, actually. That's a good idea. Where you could just, like, you just post him in chat and he's just there. He's just standing. I love Owen's, like, bouncy emote like that. But alright, I'm gonna go ahead and mute. I'm gonna start the timer, and then I'll see you guys after the 35 minutes are up. And then we'll yap for a little bit more. Yahoo! Yippee! Alright. Let's mute. Good luck with your own focus. Okay. Nice. We finished our first study sesh, and now we have 15 minutes for some extra yapping. How was your guys' 30, what was that, 35 minutes? 35 minutes did feel a little long, so maybe I'll shorten the next one to 30 minutes. I'm still figuring out what's like the perfect length of like Pomodoro for me. So maybe 30 minutes for the next one, but we still got 15 minutes of yapping. So I got through the katakana like pretty quickly. As you can see, I was like quizzing myself after, and I made some like tiny mistakes but for the most part I knew it. The real trick was when I went back to hiragana, which, like, for those who haven't been able to tune in, the difference between the two alphabets, so there's hiragana and katakana. These are both different kinds of Japanese alphabets. Hiragana is like syllabic. It's the one that I'm using here to like write down like certain words. So that's pretty straightforward. It's like the Japanese like syllabic alphabet based off syllables. Katakana is the same, but it's mostly used for like foreign words, so, like loan words, like names, like bibinka, right? If I were to write bibinka in hiragana, it would look like this. So bibinka. I am actually leaving out the G just cause bibinka. But if I were to write it in katakana, it would look like this. Oh, which way does it go? This way. Ka. As you can see, they're like somewhat similar. It's funny because like when I was learning katakana, like the sometimes the hiragana helps me remember how to do it in katakana. So that's why sometimes when I'm doing the quiz, you'll see me like, oh, it's asking for like ho, right? I'll like on the side, I'll do like, oh yeah, it looks like this. And that sometimes with my brain helps me to remember like how to do it in katakana. But it's hard because it's basically like two separate alphabets, and like they're not always connected or similar. Some of them are, like ri is actually the same in both. Ri and he. So ri, by the way, you might be hearing some construction behind me. Which, like, it's not too distracting for me, but I don't know if it's coming through the mic. So ri and then he are the same in both alphabets. So let me catch up to chat. Let me see what you guys have been up to. I'm very curious. You were just scrolling Steam. Ooh, you got any ideas on like games you might want to play? I have too many that are just sitting in my Steam library, just not being played. You drew something cursed. Ah, you eat the burrito. Ooh. Let's see. Oh yeah, you guys are asking. Oh, you posted it in Bear Noms. Nice. Do you still have dairy products with your diet? I do. So I'm pescatarian, and I feel like it's kind of like the simplest of the, or like kind of easiest of. If you like grew up eating meat, pescatarian is like kind of the easiest to transition into like maybe something like vegetarianism, because you're giving up mostly meat. Actually, maybe the easiest would be just giving up red meat, right? So you still eat like chicken and fish, but for me, I just eat fish as my main protein, as well as like vegan substitute meats like seitan and what are the other ones? Hail seitan. Tofu. Tofu is like a big one, and beans occasionally. Though I don't like the texture of like just like, you know, like black beans, pinto beans. I like refried beans. And also Beans the Bear. I really like Beans the Bear. But yeah, refried is the way to go for me. Beans when you eat beans, no! But yeah, so I still have dairy products. I still have egg. I make omelets like every other day. With tuna. Like tuna omelets are kind of my go-to. Tuna omelets with rice actually are my go-to. That's like my favorite, like easy breakfast, right? Not necessarily a struggle meal because like, you know, you still got to put in a little bit of effort to make them, but I have like my process. And to be honest, my way of making omelets is actually more like a quiche. It's more like a cake, you know? Like I just let it rest in the pan rather than like scrambling the eggs. Like I make my like scrambled egg mixture and I add whatever I want to it. So usually it's like tuna, but if we're out of tuna, I use like bell peppers, what else? Tomatoes. The other day I actually experimented with adding soy sauce for like the Japanese style, like tamagoyaki. I put a little too much soy sauce, just a teensy bit. It was a little bit salty, so So maybe next time I'll experiment with not putting as much soy sauce. Maybe. Hello, beeplebees. Hello. So let me go ahead and check. Let me scroll back up, see what else you guys are talking about. I know Julian stopped by for a second. Hope he's doing good. Alpaca won the jump game. Very nice. Ooh, night art in the Discord. I'll check it out in a little bit. And then Matthew got their burrito. Can you eat fish-shaped cheese? I could eat normal cheese. I do like cheese. The only thing is that like I am lactose intolerant. So, you know, like it's once again one of those diets where like, yeah, I'm lactose intolerant, but you know, I like a little treat here and then. The best, okay, so like I said, I have different degrees of like omelet making, right? So like if I'm really not feeling it, like I just want food in my gullet, I'll just make like scrambled eggs, right? But if I really want to put a little bit of effort, so I'll put in tuna, bell pepper, onion, which like with onion, I love onion in my omelets, but it's like it's hard to chop sometimes. Like both because like we get like pretty big onions, so I usually just have to use half. And then of course with chopping onions, you get the sniffles. You get the sniffles. This is how I look when I'm chopping onions, but it's just so worth it. It just makes such a good omelet. What else will I put? I know beeplebees, you gave me like a recipe too with tuna, but I don't remember if it was no, it had nothing to do with omelets. It was tuna. But yeah, onions, bell peppers, tomato. I like crunch. That's the thing. Like I'm definitely like a texture person with my food, so I like myself a little bit of crunch. What else? What else? I don't know if I've ever added jalapenos in my omelets, but that also sounds pretty good. I'm now gonna experiment with more adding of you know, soy sauce. I think what I was missing from my tamagoyaki recipe was I think I just added soy sauce, and then I looked up the actual recipe of like Japanese style omelet, and it's like you're actually supposed to put like sugar, mirin, dashi, which I'm actually not sure what that is, but I can see if my local Asian market has them. But you're supposed to add a little bit more than soy sauce. I think my mistake was I put like egg, bell pepper, tomato, and then just soy sauce, and I just eyeballed it, and that's why it turned out so salty. But you know what? A meal is a meal, you know? Yeah, I like making rolled omelet. We actually have a pan to make the rolled omelet, but I was too scared. I didn't know the technique, and I looked it up, and I feel like next time, maybe even today, or maybe like during the week when I'm working from home, I'm gonna experiment with it. I might want to try my hand at making a rolled omelet. It sounds good though. Every time I've seen a video, the texture just looks so good. It looks so good. Soup stock. Oh, is that what dashi is? Literally have dashi right next to me. When I see the recipes, it's it looks like a powder. So maybe it's like crystallized stock or something like that. I could find some veggie stock. Then we have that. Eat egg whole, split out shell later. Spit out the shell later. Stonk. Just so stonk. Have you guys seen that ad that's like the real way to like eat ramen, and it's like someone just like drinking boiling water, and not really, it's like obviously a commercial, it's edited, but like it's someone that's like they drink the boiling water, they eat the sauce packet, and then they just like crunch on the noodles, the raw uncooked noodles. This is for entertainment purposes only. Don't actually do that. Oh, powdered mushrooms, kelp, and fish stock. Oh, that sounds so good. Sounds so good. Yeah, I'm gonna try my hand at making tamagoyaki. Maybe not today, because usually during the weekend. No, actually. So Beans has this diet where he's not supposed to eat anything with oil, and it's actually been working. He's been shedding the weight. Maybe I should try something like that. But I just love oil too much. I just love oil. I'm just so bare American, right? I just love oil too much. But he allows himself a cheat meal each week, and we kind of already did our cheat meal on Wednesday because that's when I had my menstrual migraine, right? And I was like, I'm hungry and suffering and sad and I'm in pain and I just want like the oiliest vegan burrito that I can get my hands on, and that was our cheat meal. So usually during the weekend we like go out for ramen or we get some kind of like nice little meal for ourselves, but we spent our his allotted cheat meal. So maybe today we'll cook something up. We actually have to get into the kitchen and cook something. So maybe I'll experiment with the tamagoyaki today. We'll see. Bonito flakes, dried sardine, mackerel, flying fish. Dude, flying fish is one of those things that I knew about as a kid. But it's one of those things that, like, when you're an elementary schooler and you tell kids about either flying fish or platypuses, they're gonna call you a liar. They're gonna call you a McLiar. Because it happened to me. It happened to me. When I was a kid, I you know, I like learning about animals. So, like, I remember I learned about platypuses and because they look so funky, right? And then I remember telling a classmate of mine, it must have been like 2nd or 3rd grade. Because we were like in our reading class. And I remember telling like my classmate, like, oh yeah, there's this thing called a platypus. And it looks like it has like a duck bill, but it looks like a beaver tail. And also it's like poisonous or not poisonous, venomous, right? And then I told them about that and they're like, you're lying. You just made that up. And I'm like, no, it's real. It's real. It's an actual animal. And you know, back then we didn't have Wikipedia, so I couldn't be like, just look it up on the Googles. We couldn't do that. So like, and I guess for some reason I didn't have the book that showed like platypuses, so they just thought I was a liar. And no person likes being called a liar, right? So I remember being so mad. I was like, I'm not lying, it's a real animal. It's a real animal. Because stop telling us about your Sonic OC. And then the other thing was flying fish. My dad told me, did you guys know this? There's flying fish. Not literally with like wings, like they don't look like, you know, like this where they just have like wings, right? Their fins are the wings. So like, I'm just doing this without a reference, so you'll have to bear with me. They look like normal fish, right? But then their fins are like super big. Like this. And then they use the fins to like they like soar out of the water. They like jump out. And they like glide for a little bit and then they land back in the water. So I remember like my dad told me about that because it's something that he encountered I think when he was younger, he told me that his friend took him out to like some islands by boat, by ferry. And he saw like flying fish. He told me that as a kid. That was another thing that I told my classmates about. And they're like, no, there's no such thing as flying fish. There's no such thing. You're just making it up. And once again, I'm angry. I'm not a liar. They're real. They're real, you guys. Look it up. Now, in this day and age, we can look it up. They're real. Go look it up. Do it right now. Teacher gets mad at you. She lies. No, I'm not lying. They're real. They're real. They're so real. Pigeons are fake. Dang it. Alright, let me catch up on chat because we got 2 minutes left and then we gotta get back to studying. Hey, it'll happen to you. Try YY from your local South Asian market. Oh, I want to try that. I want to try anything South Asian because I have been craving curry recently. I haven't had curry in like a while. And the thing is, we have curry packets, but like, I think like no, like I like the way that Beans and his brother make curry, but they're always like, oh, it's a little too like heavy for me, and I'm like, but not for me. I want curry. Local is an hour away. Oh no, it'll happen to you. I mean, explaining something to someone who thinks you're a liar and doesn't want to believe you is an uphill battle. It's true. It's so bad, especially when you're a kid, right? When you're a kid and it's like, I'm not lying. I run into a few people who are aggressively anti-science and oh man, the thing with like alternative medicine too is like it like originates from like a lot of folk medicine stuff that like, you know, has proven to like in some way or another help, right? But it's since like kind of evolved into this weird like, you know, like the new age stuff. Because like, did you guys know that aspirin comes from tree bark, for example? Like that was something that people like especially like indigenous folks, they would take off like tree bark from certain species of trees and they would have people chew on it and they found that it actually relieves pain. Like that's an actual thing. And that's actually where aspirin comes from, like the pill. But a lot of people now have forgotten that like the stuff that's in our pills used to come from like natural ingredients. So like when you tell people like, oh, if you're in pain, just chew on this tree bark, it's like, okay, hippie, okay, you know, like you new age, you know, mumbo jumbo person. it's because like there is so much like of this like new age stuff that like has come from like it's like a weird mix. Like you end up like accidentally, I see the timer's about to go off, but let's pause so I can finish my thought. It's like this weird mix of like there is stuff that like actually does help you, that is all natural, that you know is actually helpful, that yeah, I'm just repeating myself, but like but it's also gotten mixed in with like, oh, instead of getting this like highly synthesized, highly like developed version, like I guess let me organize my thoughts a little bit. The thing with like chewing on tree bark, we've since gotten like the chemicals that make that happen and synthesized it into something that's a little bit more effective, and that's what you get in pill form, right? So now the aspirin is actually very effective. But that's kind of the root, like quite literally the root of it is like chewing on tree bark. But now we've gone full circle where it's people that are like, oh, you shouldn't trust those chemicals, you shouldn't trust those pills because they're not natural, instead we should all be chewing on tree bark. Which is like yes and no, you know what I mean? That like the pill is there for a reason, like it's more synthesized and it's more you know, like concentrated. But of course there's also the whole thing with like quote unquote like big pharma, well not quote unquote, like it is a thing, like big pharma is like hiking up the prices to make things just not as accessible. So it is this weird like the weird thing with like alternative and holistic medicine is that it comes from a good place, but it's since evolved into this weird monster amalgamation of like you're both against and for like big pharma, you're both for and against like natural medicines. It's weird. It's nuanced, it's complex, and I'm not really qualified to speak on it as much as I am right now. So that's just my 2 cents. That is the oh, the bus. Yeah, I feel you there, Hux. I'm also a bus rider. The big avian industry will get you for committing crime, think. Yeah, mouth splinters. The gym tree. Oh yeah, and like rubber. Rubber also comes from trees. Yeah. Pro strats for essay writing. Just repeat yourselves with different words for the word count. That too. But I've also, like, when I was a teacher's assistant, I've encountered my share of like essays that didn't do it effectively. Like, it was like pretty obvious that like they were just repeating themselves. There are ways to do it that are effective, but it's like you gotta just get a thesaurus, brother. Like, get a thesaurus, and that'll probably help you out. That is a pro strat though for essay writing. Pills also remove the negative parts that may be in tree bark. Exactly, that too. But yeah, I do agree, Matthew. Like there is definitely such a thing as like the anti-intellectualism. Definitely, like not to get too political, but with like recent, you know, American politicians with like the rise of like fake news and stuff like that. So it's unfortunate. I hate to say it is what it is, but like there is a battle being fought in terms of like there are people fighting for, you know, like their rights and stuff, but it's a lot. It's a lot to process. Meanwhile, I'm just a funny little sun bear here trying to learn Japanese. So let's get back to that. A little bear American, right? Little bearican. So let me erase my cute little flying fish and let's get back to it. So I'm gonna keep I was supposed to do like a big, no, you know what, let's do a review right now. Let's do a review of big number. We're gonna learn about Los Barracanos. Exactly. Los Bincos, right? Fart. So you know what? This next part will not be muted. This next study session will not be muted. At least like the initial part, and then I'm gonna go back to muting myself and then studying from the book. So we're gonna go into numbers. I'm gonna teach you guys about big number. We did kind of go through this last study stream, but this is just a good review. I forgot that I drew this. Math. Oh no, the math bomb. Get me out of this class. They stink. Oh no, I'm not stinky. I smell as fresh as a daisy. Hello, Mega Bronson. We're doing a little bit of a study stream, Pomodoro study stream. But I think the majority of today will be a lot of like silent studying, silent focus. So you guys are free to do what you want. But for now, we're gonna have at least one section that is unmuted, and that is this part with big numbers. So we're just gonna review our big numbers, and then I'm gonna go back to muting myself. So start the timer. All right, guys. Not you, Binka. You're chill and clean bear. Not like those farters. Not like these farting students over here. Oh no, that means that Mr. Pancakes is in the blast range. Poor guy. Alright, let's learn about big numbers. So, we have here to count from 1 to 10. We did that like a long time ago, but it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's how to count to 10. But this is what you need to know for like big numbers. You're Oshi. I know Mr. Pancakes, he sniffle. So with big numbers, you have ju is 10, and then after that is hyaku. For 1,000, it's sen, and then for 10,000, you don't actually say like ju sen, which would translate to 10,000. They actually have their own unit of measurement, so it would be man, not man, but man. So when you want to say, oh, and then 1 million would be hyakuman, so that would be what, 100 mans, 100 men. It's raining men. Hallelujah, it's raining man. So from that, it's actually pretty straightforward to count once you know that vocabulary, because then if you want to say this big number, for example, 234,567, you would first go with, you got your man, right? So you want to say 23 man, so that would be nijusan. Ni would be 2. Dang it, the wrong layer. Be 2. Ju is 10. San is 3. And then man, of course, is 10,000. So 210 is like 20. I know that, you want to imagine that it's like a multiplication. So 20 plus 3, that's 23. And then that's so that you add that, not add, multiply. This is math. I'm crying. Okay. Also the mic is very close to my face, but you know what I mean. Niju-san therefore means 23,000. Let me erase all this. So Niju-san man would be 23,000. And then after that, you got this part done. Now you need this part. So then you need to say 4,000. So 4, yon means 4. Sen means 1,000. So 4,000. So far we got, if you want to just say 234,000, you would say Niju-san man yon sen, and that's it. However, we got a couple more numbers here. So 500. So 5, go is 5, hyaku is 100. That's 500. And then 6 is roku times 10, which is ju. And then you have just 7, which is nana. Not to be mistaken. I know 1,000 mentioned. It's funny, every time I think of like the kanji for 1,000, I do think of 1,000, the randonite with that name. So, oh my god, that's such a cute emote. It's 1,000 in the flesh. And then, yeah, Nana. So, also not to be mistaken for the randonite named Nana. So, there we go. We got a lot of randonite names just in this number alone. So, we have Niju-san man yonsen go hyaku rokuju nana, and that's how you say this number in Japanese. So, all you have to do to learn how to count in Japanese is to learn how to count 1 through 10. And then finally, ju hyaku sen man. Ostensibly, at first glance, that's really all you need to know. However, as with all good language systems, there's always some kind of exception. There's always some kind of exception to the rule. Gonna get some snacks and settle down for Movies. Glad I could catch stream. I'm glad too. Wait a minute, isn't it? Oh no, it's not. I keep thinking of sea time, but European time. It is evening, but it's not like late. But get some snacks. I'm glad you could stop by, Hux. Thanks for stopping by. Get some good memers. Get some good eepies. and get some good eats. Exactly. But yeah. So there's always an exception to the rule when it comes to like numbers. So you know, if you know, like I said, how to count from 1 to 10, you should be able to know how to count 100 to 900. But as you can see, the stuff that's highlighted in red is the exception. So for example, if you want to just say 100, you would just say hyaku. If you want to say 200, you just add the Japanese word for 2, which is ni. So nihyaku, right? So for 300, you would think that it's sanhyaku, right? But here, there's actually an exception. It's actually sanbyaku, which probably, you know, like I'm not an expert linguist. I just like to dabble, but most likely, you always want to think of like why the exception is usually because of like how the spoken word evolved over time. So you could imagine people in like old Japan probably saying like sanhyaku, 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 sanbyaku, sanbyaku. And by saying it over and over, the way that the word is said kind of evolves. And sometimes the slang becomes the actual word. So sanhyaku for 300 probably slowly but surely evolved into sanbyaku. Because that's, especially when you have that like N sound. Sanyaku. Hello, Martin. Hello. Welcome. But yeah, that evolution probably happened. I just wonder why it didn't also happen to 400, which is yonhyaku. Like, why didn't that evolve into like yonhyaku, yonbyaku, right? Maybe that's just like not necessarily how Japanese, consonants work. But all that to say, 300 is actually sanbyaku. 400 is yonhyaku, so everything still follows that formula. 5 is go, so 500 would be gohyaku. And then we have another exception here. We have 600, ropyaku. So maybe this started out as roku hyaku, right? Because 6 is roku, right? So maybe it did start out as rokuhyaku. And then eventually, like, people tend to, in a lot of Japanese words, you tend to drop the vowel, because you say it so fast. You tend to drop the vowel of the second, starting with the second, I don't know if it's second or second to last syllable, but eventually they probably started saying, you know, rokyaku, right? And then after a while, you start dropping the H, because it's like a little unwieldy to say. So rokyaku became rokyaku. And then somehow this became a P. Ropyaku, right? Once again, I don't know the actual like evolution. This is just me kind of like guessing, just based off like how language usually works. Is like once you say a word enough times, like it does tend to transform. And when I say a lot of times, I don't mean like within a day. I mean over the course of generations. The word just like changes a lot. This actually happened in English too. I was watching a lot of like linguist like YouTube shorts, and a good example is like the word night, or any word that has like that starts with a K, but you don't actually say the K. Knife, night. So apparently back in like older iterations of English, you actually would say the K. So you would say knife. You actually would say knife or knight or connect. Yeah, exactly, Matthew. Connect 4. You actually would say the G, so connect, right? Or knife. But eventually, after enough people were saying it long enough, like knight, eventually that K became silent. So knife, right? Landsknecht, yeah. There you go, like the people in Pentiment, the Landsknechts. So that's why, like, even though I don't know the exact like linguistic history of Japanese, that's like my Captain Knuckles. That's just like my guess, my best guess, my theory on like how these exceptions formed, right? So we have ropyaku for that reason. 7 in Japanese is nana or shichi, but sometimes it's nana. So nanahyaku would be 700. And then we get another exception here. We have hapyaku. So maybe it started out as like you know, hachi. Hachi is 8, but sometimes they shorten it to just ha. So instead of saying ha hyaku, because it just sounds weird in the mouth, right? Maybe that's why they added that PP sound. That not the PP sound, but like you know what I mean, like the hapyaku. And then I'm remembering it because it has the English word happy in it. It's happy. It's happyaku. And then lastly, 900 follows the same formula. So Q is 9, so 900 would be Q-hyaku. And then you see something similar with 1,000. Not 1,000 the randonite, but just 1,000 the the number. So this is sen in Japanese. So sen is just 1,000, and then 2,000 would be Nisen. Liam Neeson's Nissan. PP sound, no. Hello, Sotenbori. Liam Neeson's Nissan in a Nissan, you know? Nissan. Okay, I'll stop. But like, so yeah, ni is a Japanese word for 2, so Nissan would be 2,000. And then once again, 3,000 has an exception. So instead of sansen, it's sanzen. Spirited Away reference, exactly. I had an idea to order coffee as Carl with a K. I love that one Vine, the one where it's like, hi, my name is Michael with a B, and I'm deathly afraid of insects, and I'd like to wait, hold on. What's up? Where's the bee? wait. There's a bee? I think I messed up that Vine reference. Oh no, he says like, where is it? Where's what? Where's the bee? There's a bee? I flubbed it, guys. I flubbed it. But yeah, Sen. Oh yeah, Sen is Chiho's name, right? Or wait, it's like her name when she works for like the bathhouse, right? But yeah, so Sen means 1,000. Ni-sen is 2,000. So if you follow the formula, you would think that San-sen would be up next, but San-zen is actually the word. So once again, they probably had that kind of like weird linguistic migration of like saying San-sen so many times that it just became the Z sound. So San-sen, 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 San-zen, right? But once again, I don't know why that didn't also happen with 4,000, but you know, I don't know. It's something worth looking into. But everything else except for 8,000 follows the same formula. So Yonsen is 4,000, Gosen is 5,000, Rokusen is 6,000, 7,000 is Nanasen, and then we get to 8,000, which is Hasen. So instead of saying Hachisen, sometimes you would shorten that Hachi to Ha, and then they would say Hasen, Hasen, Hasen. And then 9,000 is Kyusen. Then we have the mons, the men. So ichiman. So what's interesting is that you would think that hyaku and sen, you just need to say hyaku and sen to imply 100 or 1,000. So you would think that you just need to say man, right? Man to say 10,000, but actually you still have to say ichi. So it's not man, it's ichiman. So ichiman is 10,000. 20,000 would be ni-man. 30 actually there's no exception, so everything follows the rule. So sanman 30,000, yonman 40,000, goman 50,000, rokuman 60,000, nanaman 70,000. Here we go, hachiman. We don't quite see the hachi as much, but it is there. Hachiman is 80,000, and finally kyuman is 90,000. And then from there, if you want to get all the way to 1 million, it would be what was it, hyakuman. So with that, with all that information, you can go ahead and start making numbers, or you can start reading numbers at least. So, for example, 34 would be sanju yon. San is 3. Ju is 10, so 3 tens, and then yon is 4. So same thing with the rest of them. Rokuju nana, hachiju san, kyuju kyu. That's actually fun to say. Kyuju ku. Oh no, kyuju kyu. Then once you get to the hundreds, it gets a little bit longer. So hyaku niju go. So hyaku is 100, niju is 20, and go is 5. Go hyakuju go, ropyaku san, hapyaku goju. And then we get into the thousands, so it gets even longer. Sen sanbyaku. So oh wait, did I mess that up? It's no, I didn't. So 1,000 is sen, then sanbyaku, right? Sanbyaku is 300, as we learned. So sen sanbyaku. Sanzen yon hyaku, so we have that exception. Sanzen, yon is 400. 400. 8,900. And then we get into the big numbers. So then we have 3만 5,000. This one's pretty long. So 64,000. That would be 6만 4,500. And then finally, this big old number right here would be 9만 2,340. So once you get the hang of it, it is pretty fun to start saying the numbers, but it is just like a lot to memorize as well. So that is how you say big number in Japanese. And with that, I have to get back to my individual muted study. All right, so I know it's just so much math. It's so much math because you gotta multiply everything by 10 or 1,000 or 100. So it's a lot. That's why I'm crying. That's how I feel when math. So yeah, I know math. The only the good kind of math is Matthew. Am I right? Call Matthew. I need his help. Well, there you go. I think it's been a while since I did the expressions as well, so I'll briefly go over that, and then maybe I'll do the rest of my muted studying for this Pomodoro. So we have kudasai, which is please give me X. So if I'm asking for a book, I would say hon o kudasai. And then similarly, we have this word onegai shimasu. You don't say the U at the very end. Usually bad at math. I name myself to confront my demons, and usually my demons win. Oh no! Math is hard. That's why I like the humanities and the soft sciences, because you can still be very knowledgeable, but you can also BS your way into having a bunch of cubs think that you are an expert in art history when in actuality, I'm just making this stuff up as I go. Nah, I have like some. I'm vaguely informed. We'll go with that, right? I'm vaguely informed. Okay, so onegai shimasu is the same as kudasai, but when asking for more concrete objects, oh no, so kudasai is for more concrete items, so like a physical item, like a book, right? But it's let's see, you can use this for more being more polite when ordering at a restaurant, but you can also use it for abstract things. So, I don't know the Japanese word for explanation, but you can ask for an explanation of something, like explanation onegai shimasu, right? Understanding. I wish for your understanding. Understanding onegai shimasu. But if you are ordering food at a restaurant, you would say, "I will have a burger, please. I will burger o onegai shimasu." Hai. And then finally, dozo. This is more so the other side of it, when someone is offering you money in change once you've finished eating at the restaurant. Dozo is what you use when an offer is being made. So for example, a restaurant attendant trying to give money. So let's say that I give, we could practice with our, let's say that something is 99 yen, right? Let's write this down. The 99, oh, why is it so small? Something is 99 yen, right? So that would be Q, Ju, Q, N. Q, Ju, Q, N. I give them 100. I give them 100 N. So 100 yen, right? So they give me 1 yen. They give me ichi en in change. So they would say ichi en dozo. Or o dozo. O dozo. So here's your 1 yen. I think realistically, yeah, I think they would still give you that change, right? But yeah, that would be an example. Or I assume. I'm totally down to be corrected if incorrect. But otherwise, okay, we got 10 minutes left on the timer. So I'm going to go ahead and go back on mute. I'm going to keep on studying my lessons, and then I'll see you guys in about 10 minutes for more yapping. Yahoo! All right, so that was our second study session. Let me put away the mute message. The music got whimsy. I know. I like listening to Windows 96. They're really nice, like vaporwave, like chill vibes type music, right? Actually, for break time, we can listen to like this is good for study, but for when we're chatting, gotta put on some of the pop music I've been listening to lately. A little bit of Chapel Rowan, a little bit of Lady Gaga. So I actually paused with my silent studying because there's a part where like the book that I'm using assumes that you're taking a class, right? And you're with other students. Which is funny because now I'm leading a class. Oh, we got the Cubist classroom. We're just so geometrical. Just so geometrical. So there's some exercises in this book that are meant to be done with a partner. And because oh no! We're just so liminal. We're just such a vibe. Especially with the Chapel Rowan playing. But yeah, so there are some exercises that are meant to be done with a partner, and thus far I've just been not again. Sorry, I was just checking a text message real quick. But yeah, so I'm thinking maybe instead of for this next part, I might start off with some not muted studying, where you guys are gonna be my partner. So no, you guys aren't gonna have to like participate, but I would just be talking through it with you guys. So no worries about any no required chat interaction other than whatever you guys are focusing on at the moment, right? So but I do need the page from the book, so let me go ahead and upload it here so you guys will see what I'm talking about. Remember like a couple months, oh, that picture's big. Remember a couple of months ago I had like been like, oh yeah, I don't know nothing about like Chapel Rowan. I just noticed that she's like suddenly blowing up on the TL, right? On the timeline. And I was like, okay, this sounds pretty good. And now look at me. Now I'm now I'm here singing along to Chapel Rowan songs. There we go. Okay, so this is the page from my textbook, the Japanese textbook. So it's this part is like there's stuff that is near you, and then there's stuff that's near your friend. Like I said, you guys don't have to participate in this part. It's just more of like I just need to talk myself through it because this is more so like speaking practice, So there's gonna be stuff near me, which is like the pen, the bike, the hat, the jeans, the umbrella, the phone, the bag, and then there's stuff that is near my friend. So that's you guys. So you guys have the shirt, the wallet, the book, the notebook, the shoes, the watch, and the newspaper. What are you guys doing with all of that? Where did you steal that from? Just kidding. So I'm just gonna have to like talk through it, but that's gonna be for our next studies, like our upcoming Pomodoro session after our 15-minute yapping break. She's popular because Casper sang Pink Pony Club 1,000/J's. Now I know what you mean. Popular to me because of that. But yeah, it was just that, and then I just started listening. It was also because of this video essay that I think I linked to you guys, where it's like, oh, now we're seeing like people, not that people weren't trying before, but you're getting artists that have that vibe of being like, oh, these were the theater kids, or these are the people that actually do like, they are not afraid to show that they put effort into their art, into their music. So that video featured like Doichi, it featured Chapel Rowan, it featured Tyler the Creator, it featured Kendrick Lamar, all artists that I've been listening to lately. So yeah, that too. And then there's also with Lady Gaga's new album, it's very reminiscent of her like early 2000s style. So I've been listening to that as well. Plus, Abracadabra is just a banger. It's super catchy, right? But it's to the point where like even Beans, he doesn't really listen to Lady Gaga that much, but when he listened to Abracadabra, he was like, oh, this reminds me of her old, like, the vibe is like early 2000s with this one. Or not early 2000s, it would actually be like late 2000s, early 2010s. But he said that like it has that same like kind of pop, club pop vibe, you know? So future Kendrick the Llama. Oh my gosh, has anyone done that before? That'd be so funny. Kendrick the Llama. Pink Pony Club. I think after this I am gonna listen to Casper's cover, or not cover, his when he sang this song. Speak of the devil, and he shall appear. But yeah, so yeah, that's what I've been up to on the music front. Just been listening to like those artists. I've been listening to Tyler stuff, but not his old stuff. I do like his old stuff, but I've just been so focused on his like new stuff. But this might be a fun bonding opportunity with my little brother, because I know that he loves Tyler the Creator, so might be a fun thing to bring up with him in conversation. It's funny because the last time he hit me up, the last time he like chatted with me was about like going to a concert. And I was like, sorry, I'm not really into that artist, so you know, like maybe next time. And now that I'm looking back at our DMs, I'm noticing that the last thing that I messaged to him was we, like I said, we had an earthquake recently. Not a big one, but big enough to, I think George, I think was live. George Chungus. He's not here now, but you know, good morning, George. I think I heard from Matthew that he was streaming when the earthquake happened. So I remember texting my brother or messaging my brother and being like, "Hey, like any damage to the plushies?" Because both he and I, our rooms are full of. Thanks for shouting out, George. I was in a stream yesterday after we raided in. God, he's just so, I'll never say this to his face, and none of you say this to him, but he's actually so good at banter. He's like so, it's so fun to like tune in on his streams. And sometimes I just lurk, but he's really good at banter. And then after a while, I dropped into Sushi's stream. And then she was playing web fishing. So yeah. I don't know. I still feel like I'm still a little bit in my shell when it comes to interacting with other folks and playing like multiplayer games with other folks. But web fishing is nice and chill, right? So I kind of like miss the wagon, so to speak. I have to send that nerd a care package. Yo, nice. I think he mentioned going to Offkai. I don't know if he actually is, but oh my god, stream's over. Stream's over. I mean, good evening, church. No, wait, wrong one. Here, there you go. Good morning, church. No, we were talking trash. George Chungus, that guy, can't stand him. Can't stand his really good banter, his wonderful art. His really cool animation skills, his dumb, stupid, stinky, we should jump up. We should jump up. No, I'm kidding, Pickles. The stream is not over. Flashbacks to Connor's birthday karaoke. Yeah. Oh man, the karaoke was so good. Yeah, we're talking about your stinky redeems, for example, that are totally not fun at all, not super creative at all. I'm being very sarcastic. I think the redeems are cool. Maybe one day I'll steal some more. I'll steal some more from him. Can't you see I'm not rigged? Wanted to go to Offkai, but I was worried I should just pay off debt for it. Yeah, I know. It's hard to like hear everyone else talking about like, oh man, let's go to Offkai. I want to go to Offkai. Blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, knowing that like, oh, I do have to like prioritize things first, right? Because I actually was like kind of undecided on going to Offkai for a bit, just because like it would even though it is in California, for those that don't know like American or Barifonian geography, or Bear American or Barifonian geography, it's still far. Where Offkai is gonna be is far. It's far from me. Like I could either Beans could drive us for a couple hours, or we could take the train and or a Greyhound bus, which would be even more hours. because they have stops and stuff. Or we could take a flight, which is like just an hour and a half, but it's like that's money, you know. If you don't know, if you don't know anything about America, remain ignorant. For the love of God, stay ignorant to Bear America. It's true. California is as big as which European country? I'm not sure actually. Maybe Great Britain. I mean, they're both vertical, right? The thing with a lot of European countries is that they're like kind of square shaped. Maybe Italy. Italy's like pretty vertical. Let's take a look at what that comparison looks like. California, or isn't there a site that shows you like relative sizes of countries? Because on any map, the size is like kind of warped. So. Oh, you can't just do a state. It has to be like it has to be a country. Stay out of the west side. Oh, this is Cookie Kwan. She's number 1 on the west side. Are you coming out of the west side? California is 94% the size of Sweden for reference? Jesus, I thought it was just the United Kingdom. Jesus Christ. Here, so I found this site. Oh, no, I put the image over it. Oh, well. Similar in size to Greece. Oh, yeah, this thing that I'm using. You know what? Let me put away this image. We'll use that for study time. I'll show you this site that I found. This one. So yeah, you can like move the countries around, and it's because like any map will warp either the distance or the size of a country. Because usually in the maps you'll see like this, like Greenland looks freaking massive, right? But it's actually about the same size as Mexico. Actually, to prove that, Iceland. Oh no, wrong one. Greenland. Look, see, the more you put it down in the map, the smaller it gets. So it's actually around the same size as Mexico. But on the map it looks freaking massive, right? So how do we put this away? How do we put Iceland away? There we go. This China. So here's California. You can't just, I don't think you can just take the state. Can you? Nah, you can't. Oh no, you can. Now we can see. Now it's time. Okay, so what is California as big as? Still smaller than Mexico, about the same size as Baja California. So if you put it up against Canada, it's about as big as whatever BC stands for. British Columbia? Is that what that is? If you put it in South America, a little smaller than Peru. Okay, let's go to Europe. Oh my gosh, it's freaking huge. So it's bigger than Spain, vertically speaking. Bigger than France. Oh my god, it's bigger than London. What the heck? Okay. Yeah, a little teensy. If you don't include Malta over here, it's bigger than Italy. Oh, it's way bigger than the Greek the islands, the archipelago. Let's compare it to here, Sweden. No, freaking no. Actually, it looks like it's. Well, the thing is, the shapes of both countries are a little bit different, right? So it could be. Oh no, you said 94%. You didn't say bigger. You said it's about 94% the same size. But yeah, California's big. So, if Los Pincos is around like here, where I'm putting London. San Jose, where Ofkai is gonna be, would be around. Oh, I'm actually really bad at like NorCal geography. Would it be where it says United Kingdom? Would it be like here? And it's funny because like I think I mentioned in George's stream talking about how like for Californians, do you consider the Bay Area to be central or north? Because I consider the Bay Area to be north. So, and I know if you're not like a Bear American, like or if you're not Californian, you probably have like no like plane of reference. Or maybe you do. Maybe you're really into geography. Because I have no frame of reference for the East Coast. I have no idea. So, what emote should she do next? 25k acquired? Oh man, give me some time because I still haven't finished. She should make an emote where it's the Family Guy death pose. I did do a drawing of that. I did do a drawing of myself in the Family Guy bear death pose, so I could do something like that. Is it casual now? Dang, it's big. Okay. Let's compare to the Philippines. The homeland. I feel like Philippines might be bigger. Oh, it's like pretty close. And even the shape is like kind of close. No, Philippines is still bigger. The death pose, Binka Eep. Okay, I'll try my best. I'll try my best. So, let's see, Davao. If we put... Wait, is this? Is this around where LA would be? Like where I'm putting Davao right now? Is that LA or is it here? I think this is LA, right? I'm failing at geography, you guys. Time to visit New Jersey? I'd be down. I'd be down. So actually the distance between Manila and Davao is bigger than the distance between LA or Los Pincos and the Bay Area. The Yay area, as my friends have also called it. What about compared to Japan? The thing is they're like different like shapes, right? Bigger than Korea, both of them. Let's see what else? Oh no, we are dwarfed by India. I like this little traveling California. Around the same like length as Egypt, but like definitely they have more area. But that's crazy. Comparing California to just Europe is like crazy. Dang. So in retro, like just comparing London and Paris seem really close to each other actually. But yeah, pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool stuff. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, Off-Kai Expo. So, yeah, I was a little like on the fence, but I realized like, you know what? This might be a nice little getaway. Actually, this upcoming summer, I'm going out a lot. I'm I'm taking like quite a few trips, you know. I'm going to Japan, and then after that Off-Kai, and then after that, well, Anime Expo is local. I live like not, you know, like I live in Los Pincos, so I don't live in the city, but I live in like surrounding areas. So like, so Anime Expo is actually really close. So I am probably gonna go to that, and then Beans wants to go to Evo again, which is in Vegas. So that's all gonna be within the span of like 3 months. So there's gonna be a lot of spending. I am gonna have to pull out of my savings, but it's also because you know, like the times where I'm not stressing over work, I do wanna chill. You know, I do wanna chill. But yeah, so we have a couple seconds left in the timer, and then we're gonna get back to studying. In which case, we are gonna start with a little bit of verbal practice. There we go. So let's turn off the Chapel Rowan, and then we'll put back the Windows 96. Okay, so this next part is still part of like the studying, but I'm just gonna be talking, like saying stuff out loud. So here we have some items that are near me and some items that are near another person, my friend. Let's just say that it's next to you, Bibing Cubs, right? So let's see, I have the pen, the bike, the hat, the jeans, the umbrella, the phone, and the bag. You guys have the shirt, the wallet, the book, the notebook, the shoes, the watch, and the newspaper. So the sample says, you know what, I'm gonna have to make it a little bit bigger. You know what, the image is gonna have to extend so I can read it properly. Now the question would be, sore wa nan desu ka? Which means, what is that? What is that near you? So, Babingcubs, imagine that you have a, let's see. You have a t-shirt next to you. So I would be asking, sore wa nan desu ka? And then, no wait. Oh no, you guys would be asking me first. Sore wa nan desu ka? Because it would be further from you. And then I would say, kore wa pen desu. Or pen desu. You have a t-shirt next to you. So I would be asking, or I guess, wait, I'm looking at the example. Well, I would ask sore wa nan desu ka? The friend would ask kore wa nan desu ka? Because it's closer to them. So, and then the friend, you guys would say, kore wa t-shirts desu. It's a t-shirt. But I would also, because it's further from me, I would say, sore wa t-shirt desu. So with that, let's go over. So number 1 is jitensha. That's the word for bike. Jitensha. So if you were wondering what it was, it would be, sore wa nan desu ka? I would say, kore wa jitensha desu. I would say kore wa, but you would, if you were identifying it, you would say sore wa jitensha desu. All right. So number 2 would be, I believe, boshi. Boshi is hat. So if you're asking what that was, you would say sore wa nan desu ka? And I would say kore wa boshi desu. But if you were identifying it, you would say sore wa boshi desu. I'm gonna mute for a second. Oh man, Beans just got me food. It looks so good. Okay, but so continuing on, we have jitensha, which is bike. We have hat, which is boshi. Next one is jeans, which in Japanese is just jinzu. Jinzu. So, if you wanted to ask what that was, you would say sore wa nan desu ka? I would say kore wa jeans desu. Jeans desu. And then if you were identifying it, you would say sore wa jeans desu. If it was further away from both of us, I think we would say are. Are wa jeans desu. And then if you weren't sure what it was, I think you would say dore or that one. I think we have to review that. The next one, umbrella. I think it's casa. Is it casa? Is that umbrella? Let me look at my notes again. Yeah, casa. I wonder if I can make a memory trick or a mnemonic device, which, because casa in Spanish is house, right? Casa in Japanese is umbrella. So maybe imagining like an umbrella over a house. That'd be fun. Okay. So if you're asking what this was, you would say sore wa nan desu ka? I would say kore wa casa desu. And if you're identifying it, you would say sore wa casa desu. And if it's further away from both of us, we would say are wa casa desu. 5 is another interesting one. Mikasa. Mikasa es su umbrella. Actually, how would I say that? So mikasa es su casa. You know, my house is your house. Would that be watashi no umbrella, watashi no casa wa anata no casa desu. So my umbrella is your umbrella, and in Spanish it would be my house is your house. So number 5 is another interesting one. It's a smartphone, and it's a loan word. So you would say sumaho. Smaho. So it's like a shortened Japanese way to say smartphone, smaho, but instead it's smaho. So if you're asking what it was, you would say sore wa nan desu ka? I would say kore wa smaho desu. And if I were asking you what this is, kore wa nan desu ka? You would say sore wa smaho desu. And then next up we have bag, which I'm trying to remember what bag is. Is it I forgot. Bag. What is bag? Oh, kaban. Kaban. How do I remember kaban? Because I confuse casa with kaban. Kabag? Kaban kabag? Babing kaban is a bag, maybe? If I were to make merch and it was a purse, it would be babing kaban. Babing kaban. Okay, maybe that's some way to remember it. So Sore wa nan desu ka? What is, you're asking me what is that? I would say kore wa kaban desu. This is a bag. So and then if I was asking kore wa nan desu ka, you would say sore wa kaban desu. The bibinkaban desu. So okay, those are all the objects next to me. Next, we're gonna be doing objects next to you guys. So number 7 is a wallet. This one is sai. What was it called? Is it saiki or saifu? I think it's saifu. Let me look at my notes. Yeah, wallet is saifu. Saifu. So if I were asking you what is that next to you, I would say sore wa nan desu ka? You would say kore wa saifu desu. And if you were gonna ask me kore wa nan desu ka? I would say sore wa saifu desu. No, wait, what? Saifu. Saifu. It's weird because you would think, like, saifu sounds like it would be like saif, but it's saifu. So, moving on. Book. This is hon. I know because I'm studying kanji right now, and the word for book is hon, but it also means origin. So the word nihon is like where the origin of the sun, the land of the rising sun, like where the sun originates. So origin and book mean the same thing and even share the same kanji. So it's pretty interesting in that way. So hon. So if you were asking me kore wa nan desu ka, I would say sore wa hon desu. And if I were asking sore wa nan desu ka, you would say kore wa hon desu. Number 9 is a notebook, which they just say noto. So like a noto book, but they just say noto. So I would say sore wa nan desu ka? You'd say kore wa noto desu. And then if you were asking me, it would be kore wa nan desu ka? I would say sore wa noto desu. There you go. Next up is shoes. These shoes rock. These shoes suck. What is shoes? It's kutsu. So kutsu is closer to you, so I would say sore wa nan desu ka? You'd say kore wa shoes. What was it again? Kutsu. So kore wa kutsu desu. If you were asking kore wa nan desu ka? I would say sore wa kutsu desu. Next one is watch. Oh, toke. The way that I kind of remember toke is that, before the advent of TikTok as a social media, TikTok used to be the onomatopoeia for a clock, right? So tick-tock, right? So talk, you find that sound in toke. But if you say it like in an Americanized accent, but you would pronounce it toke. So if I were asking what that is, so sore wa nan desu ka? You would say kore wa toke desu. And then if you were asking kore wa nan desu ka? What is this here? I would say sore wa toke desu. That's a watch. And then lastly, we have newspaper, which I already what is it? Shinbun. So shinbun, if I were asking what that was, sore wa nan desu ka? You would say kore wa shinbun desu. And if you were asking kore wa nan desu ka? I would say sore wa shibun desu. So there we go. Now we know how to say, what is that? This is blank. So once again, let me review the objects again. So number 1, bicycle is jitensha. Hat is boshi. 3, jeans is just jinzu. Umbrella is kasa. Smartphone is smaho. 6 is kaban. The bibing kaban. Bag is kaban. 7 is wallet. That's saifu. A book is hon. A notebook, number 9, is noto. Shoes is kutsu. Watch is toke. And then newspaper is shinbun. So yeah. Kimono Friends reference. I'm actually not familiar with Kimono Friends. I know that Kimono Mimi is like animal ears, right? What is Kimono Friends? I'm curious. Let me duplicate this. There you go. Kimono Friends. Oh, I am familiar with this. I haven't watched it, but it's the one with the little, like, is she like a lynx or something? Oh, that's cute. I kind of remember this came out like quite a while back. Is this the one where the penguin girl comes from? MLP for Japanese. Is that real? Like Honto desu ka? Es verdad? Their designs are so cute. Remember there was like a penguin who fell in love with like a cardboard cutout of a penguin girl? Is that from this? Gotta go, I have a date. Ooh, okay, okay. Good luck on your date. Good luck on your date. And thanks for stopping by, Pickles. Thanks for stopping by. Alright. Yeah, good luck. Have fun. Have fun. Alright, let's take out that image and then we're gonna go back to, we have 18 minutes left on the timer. So I am gonna go back to silent muted studying from the textbook. Why did you have to remember? Oh, that's his name, Grape-kun. Yeah, poor Grape-kun. Poor guy. He didn't deserve it. He deserved only the best. It's with my, oh, okay. So the goal has peaked. There you go. Oh, that's cute. Well, have a fun date with your partner. Tell them we say hello. Tell them that this random bear and all of the cubs, they say hello. But yeah, have fun. Have fun. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and go on mute and then I'm gonna resume with the silent studying. So go ahead and focus on whatever it is that you guys want to focus on, and I'll see you guys in a little bit for a last bit of yapping before we call it for the day. Give me one more minute. One more minute. I just need to finish the sentence. And I'm almost done. Alright. Alright, cool. Well, I finished my exercises. A lot of it was just using are, kono, sono, ano. So just like a couple of exercises of like, oh, what's that building over there? It's a library. So I can go over what I learned, and I think after that, we'll probably mosh and call it there because I want to spend the rest of the day just chilling. I might work on some more Japanese lessons off stream, or I might you know what? I probably should. Oh, you know what? Let me erase my. There we go. My mute message. I want to work on my medieval presentation. I still feel bad that I wasn't able to finish it yesterday, so I'm gonna try and make sure that it happens at least next week, right? So maybe that'll be one of my 3 streams for next week. But for now, for meow, let's go ahead and just review what it is I did during our session. Emo drawing stream? Let me think about it. Just because we just did one, so let me take a look at my schedule. At least what I have from my schedule now. So no rush. Okay, it might be a while. It might be a while. So let me take a look. See, I wasn't able to do the medieval art presentation, so I think I'll do that next week, either Friday evening or Saturday. I'm gonna ask the boys if they also want to do raft. I'll ask Mega Bronson and Beans if they're down for raft sometime next week as well. But the schedule for next week is looking like it's gonna be a video game next Monday. I am thinking Felvedek. It is a game that Matthew had gifted me. So yeah. Oh yeah, no worries. I got you, Matthew. I got you. I got what you meant. So yeah, maybe Felvedek, because I found out it's actually pretty short to finish, and I do like the low poly like graphics for it. And then for most of the week I'll be away because it's both Beans' mom and my mom's birthday. Hers is earlier, and then my mom's birthday is later. And then I was gonna do Posca markers one of these days, but I think that'll have to be moved to the next week. Yeah, you know what? I'm still kind of like playing around with things because it's been a while since I did Posca markers, but I do need some like daylight in order to do that. So maybe we'll actually do our study stream Saturday evening. I'm still thinking about it. So it's looking like next week is gonna be the medieval art presentation, our educational stream, Posca markers, and either raft or Japanese study stream. So I'll see. And then a game on Monday. The week after that, I also want to do pixel art. But actually, that schedule looks pretty empty, so maybe I'll pop in some digital art, some Pomodoro digital art into that week as well. Yeah, we're all for trying new things here. And then actually, yeah, for pixel art, I did say that I would also pixelate alpaca. So yeah, yeah. So things are still a little bit up in the air, not as much, but I'm gonna experiment with juggling some things around. But yeah. You get pixelated. I also want to eventually pixelate River AM, the loaf bear, Almontas, EG from Squeegee 3D, and maybe Siri VT. Which I have to be careful with saying that because then she activates on my phone. Not Siri the VTuber, but Siri the... You know what I mean. You know what I mean. But yeah. Okay, so let's go through what I learned. What did I learn in this study sesh? So we did the kore wa nan desu ka, sore wa nan desu ka, and then next was are wa nan desu ka, which is what is that over there? And this was with identifying buildings. So someone would ask, あれは何ですか? The answer would be, if they're pointing to a library, あれは図書館です. If it's a university, あれは大学です. If it's a bank, 銀行です. Oh, we do have an ad coming up. I'll snooze it for now. A post office is 郵便局です. And then あれはコンビニです for convenience store. So, and mind you, コンビニ is written in katakana because it's a loan word. It's a foreign word. And then after that, the rest was pretty much just a straightforward. It was combining what we knew about numbers and the kono sono ado kono what is it? Kono sono ano dono. So, it would show me pictures of like a guy pointing to something or holding something and being like, oh, this watch is 5,000 yen. So if the guy is holding the watch, kono toke wa 5,000 yen desu. And then they would be pointing next to someone else, or they would be pointing like far away, and they would have an object. So it's basically just a combination of the lessons we've done so far. So the picture was a guy pointing to a pen that was next to another person. So そのペンは what did I put? 290です。90円です。And then someone was pointing to a computer that was far away from two people. That was that's 68,000 yen. So this is あのコンピューターは68,000 円です。I think I did that right. Next was a watch. Oh no, a wallet that was next to another person. So その財布は what is this? 4,300 円です。Then a person was holding a book, or there was a book next to them, and they were saying この本は so this book is 3,000 and oh no, I got it wrong. 3,500 です for 3,500 yen. And then someone is pointing to a bike that's far away from both people. That is about 1,700 yen. So that was あの自転車は 17,000 円です. So there we go. Those were my lessons for today. I might continue on sometime this upcoming week. But yeah, so now we are combining our lessons, and now we're able to say that thing over there is this much yen, or that thing, like, what is that thing over there? That thing over there is a library, or this thing that's next to me is a watch, or this thing next to you is a pen. So pretty useful stuff. But yeah, that's let's see what's upcoming in terms of lessons, because we're still on lesson 2, and I do want to like get through lesson 2. I was trying to look into like if you're self-studying, because Nihongo is jozuing. Oh man, what a compliment! Thank you, Alpaca. I remember reading into like how what should my pacing be if I'm self-studying Japanese, right? And there was one Reddit post that I said, and I know Reddit, take it with a grain of salt, but they said try to get through one chapter a week. At this point, we're like, what? This is like our 4th or 5th study stream, and I'm still only in chapter 2. So I'm gonna try to do a little bit of self-study off stream as well, so that I can try to get through like a chapter a week. There's about 12 chapters, and there's not a lot of time before my Japan trip. Let's see, how many weeks do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so yeah, we don't have a lot of time yet. So I want to try and get through a chapter a week. That sounds pretty ambitious, but we'll see what happens. So I know there's still 10 minutes left in the long break, but I do think we're gonna go ahead and mosh, and then I think we're just gonna go ahead and end things off there. There will be no evening stream tonight because I do want to focus on my medieval stuff, my medieval presentation. I want to present to you guys. I want to do an educational stream for you guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that away. Put away the Pomodoro timer. Let me just shut off my iPad mirroring thing. There we go. And then let's see what we can... oh, pet the cats. Okay, let me see. What's something we can mosh to? No, the ad break. Skip it. Skip it. Quickly. Okay, so YouTube. Falcone. Oh no. Alright, what are we moshing to today? Oh, we got some like Monster Hunter Wild stuff. We got some Toho stuff. Let me see, let me see. Pokemon stuff. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Running in the 90s. My god, I love the Flowers of Evil. You know what? Let's go. Ooh, Yu-Gi-Oh? No, let's do Witch from Mercury. Let's do Witch from Mercury. You're off to eat. Yeah, enjoy your food. I'm gonna head out. Thanks for stopping by, everyone. For those that are still here, feel free to mosh with me, and then we'll raid out. But thanks for stopping by. I hope you guys had a good focus time. So I'll put on Witch from Mercury. No, not the ad. But once you hear the musica, go ahead and get to moshing. In the meantime, I'll look for someone to raid into. Okay, sorry, I was chatting with Beans, but why isn't George's little Babinka showing up? I was like, oh, it has alpaca, it has Matthew, it has V, it has beeplebees. It's biased. It's biased against you. I don't know what to say. I don't know. But it's not rigged. At the very least, we know that it's not rigged. At least we could say that, right? If your Babinka does appear, George, I'll make it large. Like, I didn't realize Windows 96 was still playing. Oopsie poopsie. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and raid into... No! I'm not witnessing Bob's! Snoo that ad. We're gonna go ahead and raid out before multiple ads start playing. We're gonna raid out into Weitheit. Oh, no. Who the heck is Weitheit? Folk. We're gonna raid into Folk. Alright, so I hope you guys have a good... There we go. I hope you guys have a good morning, afternoon, or evening. And as always, I'll see you guys when I see you guys. Bye-bye! Cool mosh pit.